What's up, Heat Nation? Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Excited, you guys, because I'm getting to rock and roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Feeling better day by day. Thank you to everyone that sent me some positive comments yesterday. I really appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And let's get ready to rock and roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, today, you guys, the Miami Heat have a game tonight against the New York Knicks. It's like I said on yesterday's video. Now, after we got done with that bullshit over the weekend, beating those trash teams, now, the last 8 games of the season, it's time to nut up or shut up. Now, Indiana won their game yesterday. So the Heat, again, are 1 game down from the 7th seed. We're going to see this fluctuate up and down, you guys. These games that we have coming up are super important because you're playing against New York today. If you beat New York, you're again a half a game down from Indiana. You got to get as close as possible, you guys, because that matchup on Sunday against Indiana is going to be huge. It's kind of like the game last year that we lost against the Brooklyn Nets for the 6th seed. We can't make that mistake again. We need to beat Indiana this Sunday. If we don't beat the Indiana Pacers this Sunday, you guys, I don't think we're going to get the 6th seed. So even if we lose tonight against New York, I'm still confident. I still think that he can do it. It's all about that game on Sunday. Now, you got New York tonight. You got the next game against Philadelphia. So the Heat need to win these games. It's the nitty-gritty time. That's it. The good news is you're seeing a more healthy roster. Tyler Hero's not playing today. We don't know what's going on there. I'm done with talking about Tyler Hero. Honestly, you guys, at this point, I'm prepared for another playoff run without Tyler Hero. That's where I'm putting my mindset because I'm sick and tired of waking up every day and wondering if Tyler Hero is going to play or not. Doesn't look like he is. If he does, thank God. But if you guys ask me, the fact that it's this quiet, the fact that the Heat are keeping this injury so close to the cup, and the fact that we didn't get really any updates last Friday when it was the reevaluation time, says something. So I hope we get great news. Y'all know I always stay positive. But in lieu of tonight's game against the New York Knicks, there is something I wanted to talk to you guys about. I've been noticing something the last few weeks. Not just for the NBA world, but Miami Heat fans. A lot of people have been doubting Jimmy Butler lately. A lot of people have been questioning Jimmy Butler. Myself included at times, I'm not going to lie. Jimmy Butler has played 52 games this season. Out of a possible 74, he's missed 22 games. Jimmy Butler is making upwards of $50 million in the upcoming years that we have. 34 going on 35. This is a similar issue with Damian Lillard that we were talking about in the offseason. Do you pay a guy that old who's making that much money? Well, one of the reasons why you don't want to is because a guy with that age is going to miss time. We see it with Jimmy Butler every season. But the main argument that people have with Jimmy Butler is while he plays, he coasts. He doesn't play like Luka Doncic. He doesn't play like Kawhi. Well, he does kind of play like Kawhi Leonard. I guess you can put, Shea Gilgeous Alexander. He's not that guy that gives you 30 points a night. Jimmy Butler has never been that guy. And I want to make this very clear because I understand the frustration, you guys. I'm just as frustrated. For those people that like to come on my channel and talk negatively and say that I'm just a poster boy for the Miami Heat or I'm deluded, these people have obviously not seen videos I've cut in the past. So that's why I don't even waste time with them. Because I have questioned Jimmy Butler so much. I've questioned the load management in the beginning of the season. Last year, there were a lot of games where Jimmy Butler was resting the majority of the 4th quarter, and Spo would bring him in less than 6 minutes to go in the game, and I'm thinking, why? This is our closer. Why are you bringing him so late in the game? Close the 4th quarter. It is neither here or there why Jimmy Butler misses all this time or why Spoelstra doesn't push him or play him the way he's supposed to be. There's a lot of reasons why Jimmy Butler is not averaging 30 points a game in the regular season. It's because he's not that guy. I've said this before, you guys. Jimmy Butler is Scottie Pippen. But in the playoffs, we have seen Jimmy Butler turn into Michael Jordan. That is the reason why Jimmy Butler gets paid the way he gets. Is it right or wrong? It is not for me to say. Do I like it? No. I would love Jimmy Butler to play 82 games. Can't say nothing about age because I saw a 33, 34, 35-year-old Michael Jordan in the mid-90s play 82 games at that age. But it's like I've said before, I don't want to sound like a broken record, you guys, but I've said this multiple times. When NBA franchises go consistently every year, playing basketball from October to May to June, bodies break down quicker. They don't get the rest that they deserve, especially guys in their mid-30s. So load management was created in the 2010s era. We saw it in the San Antonio Spurs with Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker. It happened in the 2013-2014 season when Tim Duncan got loads of load management, helped the Spurs in the playoffs, won them a championship. It worked with Kawhi Leonard. It works with certain players, but players like we've seen, like Kawhi Leonard at times, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, they've taken advantage of it. Sometimes Jimmy Butler as well. And it's funny because today, Josh Hart was questioned about Jimmy Butler. And they asked Josh Hart, and he basically told them something that made me laugh. And I'm going to read this quote by Josh Hart. It was reported today by Stefan Bondi. Jimmy kind of does side quest during the year until about April. Then he starts locking in. I'm sure people are going to see that maniac competitive side now that he's done with the side quest and he's on to the main quest. Now, I saw Heat Twitter blow up about this, saying, look at Josh Hart disrespecting the Heat, or look at him trying to poke the bear. Josh Hart makes a lot of sense. But you know what that tells me right there, y'all? That's not trash talking. Josh Hart wasn't trash talking Jimmy Butler. That's respect. That tells me that every team in the NBA knows what's about to happen. Every team in the NBA, and I've said this for the whole season, when this Miami Heat roster is fully healthy, ain't nobody want this smoke. I don't care what the team name is. I think there's only one team that's not afraid of the Miami Heat, and that's the Denver Nuggets, and they have reason to be. But every other team, you don't want this smoke in a 7-game series, especially if we're fully healthy, because we know what Jimmy Butler does in the regular season. Now, is it right or wrong? Who the hell are we to say? Is it January? Can we trade Jimmy Butler? No? Then shut up. Like, who cares? There's nothing that can be done right now. What I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Miami Heat talk, Miami Heat fans in general, enjoy the ride. Live in the moment. Because for those people that are bitching and complaining in December and January about Jimmy Butler, those are the same people that are riding the gravy train and the bandwagon, supporting him when he's busting ass in April and May. And if you don't believe me, look at the 2020 season. The Miami Heat traded for Jimmy Butler. We were the laughingstock of the NBA. People were telling Jimmy, you really chose Miami over Philadelphia? Jimmy Butler said, I chose Miami because I wanted to win a championship. People laughed at that. What happened? As a 5th seed, we went to the NBA Finals. In your face. 2 years later, we were the number 1 seed. We shut everyone the hell up. Didn't make the NBA Finals, though. Was 1 3-point shot away from the NBA Finals. Still a successful season. Last year, as an 8th seed, did it again. So what I'm trying to say, you guys, is that in the playoffs, when the Miami Heat get to the dance and Jimmy Butler is healthy and ready to go, he turns into a different beast. And that is because of what he's put his body through constantly, year by year by year. Now, I'll tell those people, those same people that say, I don't want 50 games from Jimmy Butler. Give me 70 to 75. Give me 82 games and give me Hemi mode all year long. You know what's going to happen? The same thing that happened to Jimmy in the NBA Finals against Denver. In my opinion, the reason why the Heat lost to the Denver Nuggets in the finals so easily was because they bullshitted against Boston. You were up 3-0. You should have closed them out in game 4. That's what Denver did against the Lakers. Denver had 9 games off before the NBA Finals. The Heat went up to Boston, beat their ass in game 7. Did they go home and were they comfortable? No. They went straight from Boston to Denver. Players played in the NBA Finals sick, injured, not ready, because no rest. It was just tough for us to do. So you give me a fully healthy roster. You give me a roster and guys that are willing and able to help Jimmy Butler, which I feel this team is. I've said it before, and I will say this again. Without Tyler Hero, it's not going to be easy. It's not easy now. With him, without Tyler Hero, to win an NBA championship, it's going to take everything out of the Miami Heat. And I think Heat fans just need to calm down and chill. And I'm not talking about everyone. There's a lot of Heat Nation. There's a lot of Miami Heat Talk fans in my comments supporting Jimmy, understanding what I'm saying. Y'all know the truth. Y'all know that when it comes to playoff time, this mother effer does his thing. Now look, you guys, I don't want to sound like I'm delusional. This could be a bad year. The Heat could get bounced in the first round. I'm not saying there's not a chance it can happen. It could happen. And if that happens, you guys, we're going to have a different conversation. But at least we're going to know where we stand. At least we're going to know, okay, it's time to make some changes. Whether that's trading Jimmy Butler or trading Tyler Hero to build around this team. But it's like I mentioned in my previous video, you guys, the fact that you have 2 players making $80 million and neither of them have played a full season, that is what's hurting us hugely. But right now, Heat fans, I think there's just no need for complaints. I think there's no need to argue and whine and bitch and moan about Jimmy Butler missing time. Because what does that solve? Nothing. It really doesn't. Instead of looking at things half glass empty, try looking at it half glass full. Is Jimmy Butler's load management annoying? Yes. Is the Miami Heat injuries this season annoying? Yes. Does Tyler Hero make you want to rip your hair out? Constantly. But I'm proud of this team. I find positive ways to support my team. Y'all want to know why? Because with 35 different starting lineups, with multiple players missing dozens of games, double-digit games, we're still in the hunt. We're still there. We're still a top 7, top 6 team in the Eastern Conference. We're better than what our record says. So you know what that tells me, you guys? Fully healthy, we're gonna bust some ass. We're way better than what our record says, just like last year, and we're gonna shock the world again. Now look, I get it. It's not gonna be easy, but you are not gonna hear me doubt this team. I never will. I'm not hearing no Fat Lady singing now, so I ain't giving up. So instead of complaining about, oh, Jimmy Butler's at this tennis game. What is he doing at this tennis game? Why is he not playing? Jimmy Butler should do this. Jimmy Butler, shut up. Like, seriously. Just enjoy the ride. Live in the moment. Because if this team falls down in the first round, then yeah, all hands on deck. Let's talk crap. It's cool. But then we got stuff to look forward to. You got the draft. You got free agency. You got the offseason. Heat fans, we're going to be riding with this all year long. But you are never going to hear Ernest doubt the Miami Heat team before the playoffs starts. No. So Heat fans, have no fear. Your boy Ernest is here. We're going to get this dub tonight against the Knicks. We're going to bust ass in Philadelphia. We're going to take down the Pacers this Sunday. That's the biggest game of the last, that for me is the biggest game these last 8 games of the season. I understand that every game is important, but if you lose to Indiana Sunday, I think the 6th seed is out of reach. Just my opinion. Heat fans, let me know in the comments what you think. How do you feel about this whole situation about Jimmy Butler? Do you think that people are over-exaggerating with their feelings because you confidently believe that Jimmy's going to bust ass in the playoffs again? Or are you agreeing with these negative people? Or do you really feel that it's over for the Jimmy Butler build, that the Heat should just retool? I don't think so. I really don't think so. But I've said it in the past, you guys. This is the make it or break it year. Eras, team runs, they usually have a lifespan of about 3 to 6 years. This is year 5. 3 Eastern Conference Finals, 2 NBA Finals, no year on that banner. This year, I'm sorry guys, Eastern Conference Finals, it's not good enough. NBA Finals is fine, it's not good enough. 2024, it's championship or bust. If the Heat make the finals and don't win a championship, I think you can keep this team together. But you got to get rid of Tyler Hero. Before I close out, you guys, just one more thing I want to tell you guys. Why am I on Tyler Hero? Why am I always talking about moving Tyler Hero? Jimmy Butler, you guys, is not a number 1. He's not. He plays like it at times. He can be it, but he's not. Bam Adebayo at times shows you that he could be a solid number 2. I'm not talking about poop. I'm talking about the second best player on your team. At times, those rare occasions, he could be the star. But in my opinion, you guys, Bam Adebayo's role on this team should be the Horace Grant, Dennis Rodman role, who's way better at offense. Jimmy Butler should be the Scottie Pippen. And then the Heat need to focus on getting that guy who's not, nobody can be Jordan, but that can be that offensive presence that's dominating. Tyler Hero was supposed to be that guy. The first 5 games of the season, the Heat were 1-4, but the first 5 games in the season, we saw Tyler Hero average about 26 points a game. He was kind of showing you that he can control the offense. It didn't last because he's not consistent. You have a team filled with 2s and 3s. Maybe they can win you a championship. The Detroit Pistons in 2004 did it. There's been teams in the past that don't have that superstar player, but they've had this chemistry where they've been able to win a championship. We've seen it. Minimal times, but we've seen it. I feel the Heat can do it, you guys. We just need a fully healthy team. Because in the playoffs, yes, it's about talent. Yes, it's about who has the best player. But it's also about who's the healthiest. And unfortunately, we haven't been that team. So you let me know, Heat fans, what you think about that. Don't forget to don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, you guys. We on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Do you guys think the Heat are going to get the dub tonight against the Knicks? Or you think we're going to take that big fat L? Let me know in the comments what you think, you guys. Thank you so much for the love and support. Until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. Stay positive, Heat fans. Let's go.